Done and dusted. Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have our last cow that has calved. So what was that? That was a total of 5 cows and heifers that calved. We have the 2 first ones that calved in this pen here. The black one here was first. The brown one in there, which was a heifer, calved second. Then it was this white one, who was also a heifer, calved third. Then the black one, which was also a heifer, was the 4th one, and now the 5th and final one for this year. So it's been a very quiet calving season for us this year, 2025. But for those who actually do know, we had a lot more heifers here. So as you can see, we have the 2 cows that we want to sell and beef up a small bit separated. They're in their own 2 pens. Or they're in their pen, they're sharing a pen, and they're getting male. And then this pen here, all the cows and heifers and whatnot that we're keeping and want to bull. So this heifer here was along with, I think it was 3 other heifers, and the plan was to sell her, but we decided to keep her, and we're going to try her again, maybe flush her out and all that, and hopefully get her back in calf, because the father is mad into the mousy coloured or rune coloured cows and heifers. So we decided to keep her and give her another shot. So we'll see how that goes. But we are now in the middle of April, so when we do get any of these bulled, whether it be sometime in April or May, 9 months on, it'll be sort of January, February of 2026. So there'll be no more cows or heifers calving in 2025. We have the last one that has popped. So as usual, we will go through the details and all that fun stuff. Okay, she was due on the 13th of April. She calved on the 12th of April, so she calved a day before her due date. She calved on her own as well, sort of early in the morning or late at night, whichever way you want to look at it. We don't rightfully know what time it was. It could have been about like maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 3 or 4. At some point over the early morning or late at night, she calved, and by herself, because we came down then the next morning on the 13th or whatever it was, and fed. So the calf is a bull, if I can get in. Calf is a bull. A nice old calf. We bulled the cow with EBY, so the calf is out of an EBY bull, and the calf self-fed as well, because she calved on her own. We weren't expecting her now to calve a day before her due date. We weren't even expecting her to calve on her due date, but we did put her in the dry pen well before her due date, you know, just in case, and have her settled and all that. But another bull and another cow to finally have calved by herself. Although she is an older cow, she's had many calves already, so she was well able. We could have even given her maybe a more beefier bulled her with a more beefier bull, and maybe got a more bigger calf out of her. But we don't like putting too much pressure on older cows or too much pressure on first time calving heifers as well. So when it comes to first time calving heifers and older cows, we like to give them sort of easy calving calves. Even cows, sort of middle-aged cows, like this black one here, she's not too old but she's not too young. She's already had 2, 3, possibly even 4 calves of her own already, and another one on that list as well. So, you know, she probably had an easy calving bull as well, but it doesn't really matter. You don't really need to have a more fancy bull. If your calves are healthy and well fed, they won't be long putting on a bit of condition. So yeah, anyways, yeah, calf sort of self-fed. He's lying down here now because he's after having a big feed already. When I was feeding and doing the rounds there, I seen him sucking, so he's already had a bit of a feed himself, and he's lying down happy out. A good healthy calf, a limousine brownie colour. We were hoping, because a lot of times that we bull these mousy cows with EBY, if they haven't come out of EBY, some of the mousy coloured ones that we have came out of EBY. I think this one here, I think she's out of an EBY, so we cannot bull her with another EBY. But we're hoping that we bulled this cow out here, the mousy one, with an EBY. I believe that this one here is her daughter, and then she's her daughter. So there's a loop there, a family tree loop there, and then we have two mousy Wainlands over there as well that came out of her and her. So we have a couple of generations on the farm, which is not too bad. But as I was mentioning, every time we build any of our mousy roan cows or heifers with EBY, if they're not out of an EBY, we tend to 9 times out of 10 get a mousy coloured calf out of them. But not unfortunately. We have a nice lively calf and a bull, which we'll be selling in the mart in when he's older, when he's weaned off the cow. But the prices that we're witnessing in the mart these days, this time next year, will they be the same? Don't know. That's I don't know. That's a different question altogether. So this year we had a mixture of bulls and heifers. Some years we just got a straight line of heifers. Other years maybe we got more bulls than anything else. But these guys would have been late 23, early 24. So a lot of them are now year-olds. And probably that one there with the black nose and this mousy one here are probably well into their 300 kilos. They could be slightly behind maybe the high 200 kilos. If I was to have a good stab in the dark. We haven't weighed them, so yeah. Obviously we have a mousy one there and another mousy one there, and I believe those two mousy ones are heifers. So don't know what they're out of. Could be EBY, not 100% sure. I'd have to look at the dockets and all that. But one of them are bulls as well, and I think it's this smaller buck here. But again, not 100% sure. I'd have to look at the records. But yeah, once the calves are older, we probably will be bulling a lot of these girls again. And obviously every cow and every heifer in this pen here will be hoping to bull and getting calf. So let's say we bulled all of these again and got them all in calf and all calving. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd be back to having 9 of them calving between the November, December, January, February, March, April at the latest. Would be our sort of calving schedule that we do like, and we've had for many years, because we do like to have them calving over the period of time that they're in the sheds, and get the calves sort of fed on silage, get them eating silage, get them eating meal, then they'll be strong enough, and then we will let them out then onto grass, hopefully then in May time. But we're in the middle of April and grass doesn't seem to be growing too fast at all. And we have spread silage bag manure on our silage fields there about last week, so we'll see how that grows. But I don't think we're getting awfully good weather for rapid grass growth, not around our area anyways. Let me know in the comments what your grass growth is like, because I don't see any of these going out anytime soon, because there's not a whole pile of grass to let them out onto just yet. But we'll see the next week or two. Hopefully we'll see a bit of rapid growth in the grass. But yeah, these two we're hoping to keep now until maybe the back end of this year. Put them out onto grass outside, onto pastures in their own field. They won't be mingling with anything else here, and we'll be feeding the meal outside. And obviously a lot of you might know that cattle do thrive better when they're outside, so hopefully when they're outside eating grass, getting meal, they'll thrive that bit better than what they would be inside the house. But yeah, we'll see how Calving 2026 gets on, how many we'll have in calf and all that. But this year's calving, obviously very quiet. We had the black cow there was first. I think she calved in December time. She was January. She was February, March, and then this one out here obviously April. So we had at least one cow or one heifer calving every month for 5 months, because that's all we had in calf. Other years when we were a bit more busier, probably way before I started doing these type of videos, we would have 9, 10 to 15 or 16 cows calving. You could have nearly 2 or 3 calving in the one week, and you'd be up all night, and you'd have every pen full in the house, and you'd be constantly shuffling on the slats to make room for when they go out on the slats. We had 2 pens here full. We had 2 makeshift pens out here made out of these. Tractors were parked in a different shed or outside, which obviously don't really like parking tractors outside, but when you have no room and need room for livestock, then that's the only way. But yeah, there was a time when we had to make 2 makeshift pens out here to keep cows in that is calved, because these 2 pens were used and we needed 2 extra pens, and the calves just weren't ready yet to be put out onto the slats and all that. So yeah, we might not see that time on the farm again for a while, but we'll see. You never know. If we can get all these 9 back in calf and calving, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, that is it. Last cow to calf, a good healthy lively bull, alive and healthy and well. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch, the link to that will be down in the description, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.